Hello and welcome back to Tom's Tourney here in the beautiful surroundings of Bruges. You're joining us for some open semi-final action today. We've got MUC from Munich versus Belgium's own Mooncatchers. I'm delighted to say that I'm not going to be alone in the booth for this game. Delighted to announce that Boris is back. So we've already seen Mooncatchers once on the stream this weekend. This is the first appearance for MUC though today. Here this weekend on the stream, here on fanseat.com. What sort of things were you expecting to see from these teams here today? I'd have thought that Mooncatchers with that thrilling victory over Ragnarok yesterday, perhaps surprising a few people with their performance this weekend. They've been a bit of a fixture on the European Ultimate scene for quite a while, but they seem to have a gear which perhaps a few people didn't necessarily know they had, looking very, very dominant over Ragnarok yesterday. Boris, have you had a chance to see any of the MUC this weekend?
I didn't, but I know them to be very solid, very experienced throwers, so I'm expecting a little less enforced errors by them than in comparison with the Ragnarok game yesterday. So I think this will be a really, really hard and tight matchup. I hope it will be.
Absolutely, very much looking forward to this. So we've got MUC starting on the left-hand side of the screen, wearing the white with the blue shorts. They're going to be coming out on defense to start this game. Mooncatchers wearing the blue, starting on the right-hand side. They're going to start on offense, going from right to left. Not really any wind at the moment. When we have had breezes this weekend, it's generally been crosswind rather than upwind down, blowing towards this sideline over here, where the cameras are. So having it on the line for MUC. Someone with a very bold strategy of rolling his sleeves up. A bit too cold for that in my liking. But whatever you need to do to be comfortable to play. Big ball to start, blading towards this sideline. Just squang in towards the centre. Walshworth on the sideline, getting upfield. In the hands of Van He now. Swung back in towards the middle. Number 27, Walsh is going to shoot deep. There's defender there as it just tails towards the back in the end zone. Nice high grab by the Mooncatchers man.
Yes, Poppins is really solid in the air, so you can just toss it, give it a little bit of air, and then he will grab it.
Yeah, the defender was very close on that one. Not quite close enough though.
Wow, it's windy up here.
Gonna get a second shot at this here. Yeah, the disc beginning to go behind him, going up just the right moment to pluck that out of the sky. The Belgian side will take a 1-0 lead here. Wind beginning to pick up now. Really making their preparations for their first O point. Mooncatchers look pretty assured just to start the game for them. Big ball from Van He goes deep. It's going to tail out towards the sideline. In the end, just drift out of bounds. Germans will bring it in on the brick mark. See him wiping the disc, just getting any precipitation he might have picked up from the grass off the disc. Friedrich's going to start this point for MUC. Coming out in a vertical set here. One handler back, 5 upfield. Breaks inside out to start to Rither. And the defender all over that one. Door was firmly shut. And Mooncatchers waiting no time. They are launching that deep. Fax's disc just too far. Friedrich's going to get it again. That time breaking around comfortably. Receiver Bonel's open in plenty of space. Resets behind. Swung into the middle. You can hear the wind beginning to pick up now. Threading that disc through upfield to Friedrich. Launching that one deep. The defender Fax is there and he's happy just to watch that one go out of bounds. No harm done there. German's not quite got things to click. Keen to try and open up that deep game early, but it hasn't quite worked yet so far. Just going to be walked to the front line here. Mosnick with the disc, looking to run some movement in the handler space. Give the cutter the chance to get moving downfield. That is greedily picked up in coverage there by Bonel. Germans with a short field here, looking to capitalise. Right on the doorstep, but there's a pick called, I think. This is going to go back into the hands of Mushawek. Mosnick taps it in. Receiver's free inside. He's going to put the lefty backhand out. Might get a second bit at this. Gives it off the turf for the goal. What an excellent play. Did a discussion about whether he's in bounds. The Mooncatchers player on this near sideline got a clear shot of it. Sticks his hand in the air to signals that he's in bounds. It's a goal. Whew. Nearly got it first time round. Just got enough flow on it. He was able to scoop that off the turf. What a play. Seeing that again there. Lovely form on that. Give him a solid 10 for it. 1-1 here now. What a thrilling play.
Yeah, and I think both teams are trying to play their own game, but MUC is definitely putting up the pace and defense on Mooncatchers and not giving them any space. So it has become really hard for Mooncatchers to play those high throws that they like to use.
Getting another shot of that catch on the replay. That's so close to being down. It looks like he might have just got his hand around that far edge of the disc before it hits. That's very tight though. Very tight, but it's called a goal on the field. And I don't think anyone could begrudge that catch anyway. Mooncatchers coming out on offense here. It's their first offensive point after they broke MUC to start. Sorry, ignore that, they did start on offense. They've now swung towards that far sideline. Nice quick movement, working it through the handlers. Number 27 now, Walsh with the disc. Shooting D, there's a couple of defenders there. And it's that man again. We talked earlier how you can just seem to just put anything into the sky. And Sparpans is going to bring it down, doing so again. One of the defenders is down though. He's going to get a hand up from his teammates, he's okay. The score will stand. Thrilling stuff there from Mooncatchers. Opening up a 2-1 lead, getting a second shot of this here on the replay. Sparpans just ruling the sky, goes up so early, gets so much air on that. He's going to be a big target for them all game, I think. Mooncatchers drawing up some defensive strategy here. What do you think we'd like to see out of them?
I don't know. They've been playing and play more man-to-man, like straight defense, preventing them from hucking. I think you really should prevent the hucks. But we'll see. I think they will get closer now.
Yeah, we see them do come out in this single coverage here. A lot of receivers in that middle space of the pitch. Ebner has the disc and gets it off and gets it back now to Ebner. Trying to hit that handler running through. Ebner with that instantly recognisable green beanie. The tall figure of Retha now on the disc. Chooses to reset. Disc on the corner of the end zone. Simple little upline throw for the goal. Friedrich gladly accepting that. MUC looking much more fluid at that point. Just calmly walking it down for the goal, evening things up at 2 goals apiece. We can hopefully see this again on the replay here. Just look so calm and confident there. Ebner going up line, not quite in the end zone, but with the defender's back turned there. Not quite aware of exactly where his mark is. Manages to steal in behind him. Friedrich catching comfortably for the goal. Tie things up at 2-2. MUC coming in on defense here. And the ball's going to tail out of this sideline. Mooncatchers going to brick this. Good decision in my book. Quentin Walsh is going to take it from the brick mark. Mooncatchers with that nice high release backhand, carving up the defense, getting that break side. Let's get midfield now. Quentin Walsh gets it back. Oh, squeezing it into the little gap there. Wallace coming down with the disc. Catch is low, but it's comfortable for Quentin Walsh. And nice footwork, jumping, making sure he's in at the front of the end zone. Pretty comfortable that time for Mooncatchers, reopening their lead at 3-2.
Looks like Mooncatchers is switching the play style. They're going from hugs to small passes, just depending on who's on the field. I think there's a really good transition of offense.
I think part of that could be knowing that Munich have these tall athletic defenders and trying to not give them a chance to get bids on these high discs.
Because MUC will be alternating the defense depending on where Spappens is, and I think Spappens was really drawing the long man back to the handling side, giving options for other players of Mooncatchers. I think it's really well played.
Absolutely good smart offense there from the Belgians. So Walsh is staying on, he's going to pull the disc here. Arm in the air, ready to go. Friedrich will field it. He's working it upfield. Zonal set this time from Mooncatchers. Showing something different in their arsenal. MUC looking pretty comfortable with it so far. Happy to work it around the handles until they can carve up some openings out downfield. Fakes one there, but decides against it. Ebner now with the disc. Little scuba over the top, into space. And going to shoot deep off it. Spappens is there. Can't quite get there in time. Hagermeister was there in time. Nice and early, didn't give Spappens a shot at it, which is tough given how good he's been in the air so far this weekend. Nice little scuba to open things up. And Mushevek had no problems. He saw what he wanted and took it with aplomb. Hagermeister pulling it out of the sky for the 3-all scoreline. I think Sparpans maybe gave the receiver a bit too much space early on, thinking he could close the gap in time, but the throw was put right towards the back of the end zone and he couldn't quite do it. Nice placement there from the German side. MUC with the pull and just catches the wind at the last moment, lands. Some debate whether it landed in or out. It's very close to the line. I think in the end deciding that it's on the line, that it was on the line.
Yeah, that was my first impression too. That was just on the line, out of bounds.
So Quentin Walsh will brick that here. Will brick this here to start. Gonna get a second look at that. Yeah, it is on the line. That's a good decision by the players. Obviously, they don't have the benefit of the replay, but we do. Zone here from MUC. Glotchik doing a lot of work there on the force. Trying to get in there, not letting that throw to Sparpans go off. Still can't begin to rise here for Walsh. Just about squeezes that one through. Not much of a window. Hammer over the top is going to die and Helix away. Mosnik makes the bid, but it's always falling away from him. Munich with a chance to break here. He's on that far sideline. Martin's with it now. He's going to shoot it inside, but narrow window. Receiver's not able to get his hand set. They can't save it at the second attempt. Walsh with kind of expansive fakes there. Instead, chooses to go for the high release. Just working downfield now. Pick called downfield. And you see like they're going to transition into.
Looks like MUC is doing everything to prevent the huck from coming in. They're well on top of their man, like in the end zone, and then they're playing like sort of straight defense on the transition.
Yeah, they've now transitioned to that one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, it's a straight defense.
Looking perhaps to try and, like we say, prevent those big shots. We know that Sparpans has been a big target for them already. Getting close to the end zone. Mosnik coming underneath. Puts one hand out but can't bring it in. Lefty back and goes towards that far sideline. Carter now with the disc, working it upfield to Gottschlick. Fakes the backhand, but then does take it at the second time of asking. Mooncatchers coming out in one-on-one defense. MUC just calmly holding it at the back until they get an opening they like downfield. Nice find on the inside out lane. Winter with the disc. Shot comes off the front of the stack. Huge bid for the D. My word, he came flying out of nowhere. Need to have a second look at that one. It was huge. Mooncatchers now with the disc on this sideline. Wallace has it. Getting it downfield. Man there. Nice grab by Walsh. Getting there just before it hits the turf. Mosnik now with the disc. Foul called on the mark. Just a bit too much contact. Play's going to stop and reset. Mooncatchers will have the disc on a still count of 0. Nice little stop cut. Just swung into the middle now for Walsh. getting really effective over to that break side. The Mooncatchers offense, when it's in motion, is really pretty to watch. Big goal downfield.
This is great play, not keeping the disc for longer than 3 seconds, just moving it around, moving MUC around, getting them tired. I think this is really great play.
It's so exhausting, both physically and mentally, for the defenders, where you know that you can't switch off. Because as soon as you do, you're going to be punished because the disc moves so quickly. Walsh on his toes. Squeezes that one through to Wallace. Looks at Sparpans, doesn't take him. Beginning to get a bit cluttered now. Little offload to Walsh. Going to choose for the high release. Wallace will toe the line for the goal. But there is a call. Haven't quite seen what's happened there. Walsh can take the opportunity to do his shoelaces.
It's a goal.
Yeah, call retracted in the end. So that either it wasn't valid or just didn't affect the play. The goal will stand. Wallace towing the line for the goal. Mooncatchers reopen that 1 goal margin, leading now 4 goals to 3.
What an exceptional defense play from Brooklacker in the end zone, taking the disc away from a made point.
Yeah, came flying out of nowhere. I'd like to get a second look at that if we possibly could. Did not see him coming. I don't think that, and clearly Mark didn't either. Yeah, it's not even his person actually. You can see him. He's actually covering the guy behind, but he sees that throw is going to be a bit too far out in front, and from nowhere comes storming through an absolutely thunderous bid. And then Walsh there saving the disc from near certain doom. Pretty invigorating point, that one. MUC won't mind if this is just a nice calm hold. Hagemeister has it on this near side, swings it back into the pitch for Friedrich. Having to work it around at the back until they can open some windows downfield. High release, backhand goes to Müller. He finds Friedrich. Going a blading forehand deep. Well found by the defender though, was all over that. Walsh doing his laces again. Seems to have been a problem with those so far today. Wallace burning up line, big bid by the defender Ebner's, not able to get there in time. Wallace shakes the fallen down defender to shoot it deep for the goal, and the break for Mooncatchers.
Really well played. Looks like Mooncatchers is really on a flow here. They're in high energy from those bids they did. They can keep this up. It will be hard though, because they have a really small roster.
Yeah. Scorer getting a little thank you kiss from one of his teammates for the effort as well. It's all about the throw in that situation though. Well-timed cut from the receiver. Picks the right moment to go downfield. It's got steps there, but like we said, the throw arcing backing towards the intended target. Nicely done there by Mooncatchers. Opening up a 5-3 lead.
You feel like the worst person in the world when a big play happens, and then you go over and you're the one going on the sideline watching it. If you were watching it back and you're like, whoops, I've stood in the way.
Some discussion here, both teams, about how they're going to attack this point. MUC look like they're not really making many changes to the offensive line, knowing which players they want out there. Mooncatchers having a bit of rotation. Get some fresh legs on. Fridge is going to bring the pull in at the brick mark. Or, excuse me, I don't think he is actually. I think he's instead choosing to take it from where it went out the sideline. Assumed that he would brick it, but actually I think the disc got out further than I anticipated. Got out closer towards that Mooncatchers end than I anticipated, and they're going to get the disc at halfway here. Immediately hammering off the line to ball. It's going to get it back to Friedrich. Just in the middle now with Mushawank. Ball on that sideline. You can hear from the sideline. Mooncatchers call for a transition to that single coverage. Having a little bit of problem locating who's on who, and they can't do it effectively.
I think they were a bit too late in transitioning. Like, they were too far behind to still go to man-to-man.
Yeah, there were some confusion as well about who was on who, and it left the receivers free for just a little too long, and they can't recover in time. Pretty comfortable for Munich though. Needed that hold to try and narrow the gap on Mooncatchers. 3-goal lead with these short games can be devastating. It's not a certainty, but it does make things a lot more difficult. Instead, nice work from Munich to close the gap to 4-5. MUC are going to pull. Mooncatchers signalling they're ready to receive. Disc goes up here. I'm going to watch it. It's going to drop just in bounds. This goes upfield to Mossink. Finds Walsh in a little space. Another zonal set here, but able to thread that through. Just going towards that far sideline now. Getting off to the races, not giving this defense a chance to clamp down. Munich deciding that they've got to transition into one-on-one coverage now, and they do so. High ready's backhand around. From that far sideline, still count rising, shooting deep, presumably looking for Sparpans. But well read by the defenders, a few of them there, and Mooncatchers players never really able to effectively position themselves to go up for that. It's number 22 for MUC actually. Goes up a bit early, Remy, but decides that, pulls out of it and then goes up again slightly afterwards, knocks that disc away. Just a bit of a rushed throw there perhaps, with the still count rising by Mooncatchers. Chance to break now for MUC. Just gone that far sideline for the Germans. Throw behind the receiver. Gottschalk can't quite reel it in. Throw just about pulled off the turf there. Looking IO for Mossing. He's going to go low to save that disc. I don't know whether it was up or down though. That is going to be tight. We'll have to have a second look at that one. And the decision is that it's a goal.
Awesome bit.
2 good grabs in a row there. Second one resulting in the score for Mooncatchers. Exciting stuff here in Bruges. You can see that turnover. This is just behind Gottschalk. Sticks out that paw but can't pull it in.
This is so much better.
So Mooncatchers keeps their 2-score lead. I think this will be important for them, because in the end they will be exhausted.
Seeing that on the replay, it does look like he gets his hand there. It's going a bit, having it again. Oh, it's tied, but I think he just about gets his hands there. With the frame rate, you can't quite see exactly where he gets control of it. But it looks like it's a catch from here. Mooncatchers with the pull. Quick blade comes out this sideline. Sides on the sideline amping themselves up for this, and other teams trying to get it done for future games. Hagemeister now with the disc. Swung to ball. Backhand towards that far sideline for Bernal. Wraithel with it now. Man goes up line in the end, gets a little pop pass off to Ebner. Teases that backhand. In the end, chooses to get it towards the sideline. Still rising, gets beyond his defender though. Just laid perfectly into space, not quite in the end zone. But it doesn't matter because he has the presence of mind to take a breath, to flip a little high release forehand into the end zone. For the goal to Rether. Munich once again closing that gap. It's now 6-5 to Mooncatchers. Gonna have a second look at that again here. See the throws beyond his defender, but it's not too far out in front, making sure that it's still a comfortable catch for the receiver. Maybe a bit worried about leading him too far to the sideline. Just a little feathery flick into the end zone for the goal to Rether. 6-5 to Mooncatchers. Another tense game here on the live stream from the beautiful surroundings of Bruges for Tom's Tourney, the 25th edition of this now legendary tournament. Just over half an hour into this game. Roughly 20 minutes left. Be interested to see if Mooncatchers are able to effectively close this out, or whether we have a back in this one. Mooncatchers moving it downfield effectively. Choosing to keep Spappens in the handler set this time. Maybe trying to drag those tall defenders out there to open up deep shots. Call downfield. This is going to be returned to the handler. I think it's Cooper with the disc now. Finds his man downfield, that's Wallace. We've got Quentin Walsh on this sideline as well. Choosing to reset back into the middle for Palmer. Good on the sideline, he's going to shoot it down. There's a narrow window there. Walsh can't get there, too tight. Gottschalk with a little palm on it afterwards, just to alter that flight path, just in case there was a defender loitering behind him. Very high degree of difficulty on that one.
Another chance you see to get level again. I think this is really important for them to take it now.
Seeing it on the stream, just over the outstretched arm of Walsh. Gottschalk now with the disc centering it into the middle. Ebner's going to put it deep, but I think the receiver had began to come under as that disc went deep. And it is going to harmlessly fall out of bounds anyway. A couple of Mooncatchers defenders had position on that. They're going to get a second bite of the apple here. A difficult field position, trapped near their end zone on this windy sideline. Immediately looking to get it for Cooper, it's just too far beyond him. Another opportunity at a break here. Wherever the proverbial fruit's getting a lot of bites out of it at this point. Gottschalk now with the disc on the sideline. Looking into the end zone, and he finds his man for the goal. It's Gossman there for MUC. They've levelled things up after Mooncatchers had that early break. We're tied now at 6-all. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a game on our hands, folks. We have a game on our hands. Here we are, Gottschalk with a disc right on that sideline, keeping that left foot anchored down. Slight bit of curve on that. Bring it back into the receiver, Gossman. Excellently executed there. I wonder what more surprises this game has in store for us. About 15 minutes left. There's plenty of time still left in this one as well. Mooncatchers got to take a breath now. Do you think they'll try anything different on offense or just stick with their same strategies? I'd imagine with just one break, we wouldn't see them try anything too drastically different here.
I think they're not playing bad, but hucks just don't come off. It's like 1 inch too far or something.
Yeah, with in these games, you don't necessarily have a huge margin for error, and so the tiniest miss throw can be costly. That Munich ball is going to sail. It's going to give them time to chase down. First throw goes off for Mooncatchers. Working vertical set here. And bring a couple of people back into that handler space. 3 at the back now. Broken around the disc on this near sideline. Walsh has it. Disc goes back. Spikens goes to the ground to save it. Finds his man underneath. Walsh with it on that sideline. He finds Mossink. He's going to put that forehand for the goal. Sparpens is there. Can't quite get it. The defender was there.
He's calling a foul.
Right on the back. Yeah, foul called. I'm not necessarily surprised at that. It did look quite tight. Not sure about that throwing decision as well. But perhaps they throw a bit closer to the end zone than he thought. Really has a narrow window to put it in there. It's difficult. There might be a bit of contact there. You can't always tell from that back angle exactly how much effect there was, and it might have had. I mean, obviously, just have a little rest there on the ground while they discuss this call. Trying to work out what the correct resolution is here.
And they're sending it back to the throw.
Yeah, contested foul in the end. Anytime you can get Sparpens going deep, usually it's a good idea to take it. That time it didn't come off, but because of with the contested foul, it will go back to Mossink. Just getting on 0, it seems. Also with a big high release backhand. Killian Walsh able to box out to get the grab. Gottschalk right on his shoulder there, like a little terrier. But the inside break goes and it leaves them, lets the continuation wide open to the break side. Wasn't gleefully grabbing that one for the score. Not the most comfortable point at the start, but with that IO break just completely cracked the safe of the Munich defense. And the continuation through to Mossink for the goal. 7-6 now to Mooncatchers. He's doing that first catch by Walsh. Boxing Gottschalk out effectively, right on his back. Nice tight defense there from the Germans. And the IO backhand through. And the continuation, Mossink's wide open on the break side. Just a little check of his feet, way in. Little toss spike as well at the end. Palmer's going to pull. The lefty with that blading backhand coming back in towards the middle of the pitch from this sideline. Ebner has it now for Munich. Just swung around to Friedrich. Sent it again. Ebner has it now. Went a little tip on that one. Doesn't affect it enough to alter the path though. Friedrich rises to catch that one. Is he going to take the swing to this near side where Müller is open? He finds the man Bonwell downfield. Back to Müller. So effectively, that's just an overthrow. Great work by Friedrich getting it at the second attempt though, and a big layout bid for the goal from MUC. We have had some fantastic plays in this one, that one no exception. Bonwell getting fully horizontal to keep that one alive. And Munich now tying it up at 7 goals apiece. I'd love to see that one again. No shortage of excitement in this game. Yeah, that's a slight overthrow. Intended target can't adjust, but Friedrich is there to mop up the trash at the back. Throwing that lefty backhand, getting horizontal for the goal is Bonal. This is thrilling stuff. Munich getting ready to play some more defense here. This might be the best game we've streamed all weekend in terms of exciting plays. And that's a lot of competition. We've had some really fantastic things on the stream so far already.
And there's still a lot of exciting games coming up. So
Absolutely, still got all 3 finals to come.
So got good hopes for today.
Bodes well, doesn't it? Spappans with the disc now for Mooncatchers, but there's a pick downfield. Play's going to stop before it ever really gets going. Running this ready for that backhand. A lot of squirreling around in the middle, nothing really developing. Nice throw out right to Kuba. Labashevsky. Downfield to Walsh. Pivots right around for that backhand. In the end, chooses to fake it and gets it inside the middle. It's Killian Walsh now with the disc. Downfield, a bit of float on that throw, but the defender not close by, not really a problem. And a block in the lane. Nice heads-up defense there. Good presence of mind, looking around, seeing where the disc is, just falling off his man to get into that channel and disrupt it. Excellent play up from Gossman. Ebner has it now with the Munich having a chance to take the lead. Throws a bit short, but it's well collected. Going to shoot that forehand deep. It's going to be too far for everyone in the end. Disappointing for MUC. Had a chance to take the lead there. Maybe just got a bit eager for that end zone. Maybe rush the throw a bit. Both Ebner and Walsh in coverage. Just watch that disc fall to the floor. And Quentin Walsh is going to get the disc here and bring it to the front. He's going to dump it and swing it out wide. Nice throw down that inside-out channel for Walsh. Little lefty fake. His brother down the sideline. Gleefully collect the disc back from him. Swing it to Spappans now. Throw a bit of float on it. Collected with no problem though by Mooncatchers. Shooting on the inside help for Spappans.
Wow,
No one
huge
nearby.
throw.
That is a beautiful throw, an absolute peach. You could see Spappans' eyes light up when that was thrown as well.
Mooncatchers takes a timeout.
Yeah, taking the 8-7 lead. Just over 5 minutes left here. Take a deep breath, try and formulate a plan for defense. If they can break here and take a 2-goal lead with such little time remaining, that could be it. We're going to see this again, just scoring towards that sideline. Labashevsky going up to make the grab. The defender comes across to stop that backhand, teases the inside out towards the dump, and instead just floats that over everyone towards the break side. So I think it's Demesmaker in the end. My apologies, there's a couple of number 16s down on the roster. Trying to find out which one was which. But an excellent throw regardless. There's no one anywhere near Spappans when he catches that. Gem of a throw. If you're Munich, you've got to try and continue to keep the intensity. You're still only 1 point behind. At this point, the game's going to continue for a winner. You're not going to lose. You can't let Mooncatchers pull away. Mooncatchers will be interested if they have a different gear and if they can put their foot on the gas and begin to create a larger margin over over MUC here. Sounds of Paul Simons playing around the complex, letting us know there's 5 minutes left in this game. Mooncatchers getting ready to play some defense. Nice array of shorts on that Mooncatchers line. Ball's going to catch the pull there for MUC. Already there's look like a little bust in coverage. Rether was wide open there and there's still no mark on him. In the end he is picked up. Just got that fast line with Mushavank. The tall imposing figure of Hagemeister with the disc. Gives it back to Rether. That blading forehand deep from the lefty. Caught to the front of the end zone for the goal by MUC. Tying it up at 8-all. Nice quick hold there for the German side. Tying things up at 8-all. We're going to see it again. A couple of defenders there, but they don't ever really get a good read on it. The thrower and receiver singing from the same hymn sheet there, knowing exactly what each other wanted. Well executed for the goal. Munich work on a defensive strategy there. They've got quite a tall line out there. Hopefully looking to hoover up any deep shots the Belgians might throw here. We're interested to see if Mooncatchers adjust their offensive style, maybe play a bit more small ball to counteract this.
Despite the long line, they still keep defending straight up on Mooncatchers, so I think they're quite expecting the break to come out.
The sideline wind beginning to pick up now. Good footwork by Wallace. Right in front of us here, low release break down the sideline to Quentin Walsh. No instant continuation though, so they can try and reset it into the middle. Does so, again, no continuation around from that. Just going into the end zone, too many defenders all over that. The cuts are not even on the same book, let alone the same page. Just no one anywhere near that. Ebner now with a disc for Munich with a chance to take the lead. Little forehand inside to Friedrich. Again, Mushavank with it. He's going to take the dump to Ebner. Looking for inside. But the around throw just never really gets going. A little offload from Wallace.
Crucial.
Just palmed away.
So we have 40 seconds to play, and if time is up and the point has not been made, it will be automatically a universe point.
Absolutely. MUC with the disc, looking for that break to possibly win the game here. On this near sideline, big bid from Killian Walsh. Comes up empty though. Just swung into the centre. We're going to round towards that sideline.
Yeah. So time is up. This will be the universe point.
This is it. We're in sudden death now. Mushuang with the disc for MUC. Brett goes around to Friedrich. Offloads it and goes up line. Not able to get it back though. Disc is broken around. Play stops. Bit of call downfield. Maybe a bit too much contact from some of the defenders marking these cuts. A little bit of discussion. Resolved. Contested foul. Mooncatchers checking the disc in. Big bid from Mossing, comes up empty though. Can't make the play there. And it goes up line, hammer over the top for the goal and the win. Does catch it, but it is short of the end zone perhaps. A little contact on that. A couple of turnovers earlier there. The swing just underthrown and just a bit too casual on the offload from the subsequent throw from the Mooncatchers player. MUC on the doorstep of a finals berth here at Tom's Tourney. Friedrich with the disc, he's going to offload it back. Tension is palpable here. You can feel it in the air. Back into the centre, fakes the high release backhand. Swung round. Tight defence here from Mooncatchers. Forcing MUC backwards. They're not going to let them have this easy. The round break goes. Huge big by Spappens. Gets the disc, but there's a call. I think he's saying there's a bit. I think he's saying a bit of contact there.
I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one.
Let's have a second look at it. We might have got his hand on the way through, and he's not contesting that in the end, actually. Friedrich looking for that break into the middle. There's no one there. It's a goal for MUC and the game. Everyone kind of wondering what's going on. Discussion about whether he was in, and he is indeed. That is the win for MUC. They trailed the entire way, never took the lead until the last point, but they have managed to do it. We're going to see the winning goal here. Over his feet in the air, he might just about have taken off. It does land in the end zone for the score and the win. MUC defeating Mooncatchers here, 9-8. Another thrilling, exciting game here at Tom's Tourney. Up next, we've got coverage of the other semi-final between Kuzbla-Fota and Chevron Action Flash. 9-8 here, MUC over Mooncatchers final score.